For Pacifica Radio, I'm Scott Baba. Firefighters are battling to control a series of major fires in the Los Angeles area that have killed 5 people, ravaged communities from the Pacific coast to Pasadena, and sent thousands of people frantically fleeing their homes. As of this morning, roughly 30,000 acres have burned. Ferocious winds that drove the flames and led to chaotic evacuations have calmed somewhat and were not expected to be as powerful today. That could provide an opportunity for firefighters to make progress reining in blazes that have hopscotched across the sprawling region, including massive ones in Pacific Palisades and Altadena. The latest flames broke out Wednesday evening in the Hollywood Hills, putting densely populated neighborhoods on edge, though within a few hours, firefighters had made major progress on that fire. Donna Warder reports.
Thousands of firefighters are still battling blazes in the Los Angeles area that are being fueled by strong Santa Ana winds. Officials say the blaze has claimed several lives and destroyed hundreds of homes. At a news conference carried by ABC 7 in Los Angeles, U.S. Representative Judy Chu told L.A. County residents that assistance will come to help them rebuild, but that there's one thing more pressing right now.
The most important thing is to be safe. So that's why I say to everybody, please stay out of these areas. Please make sure you obey the evacuation orders, and please stay safe.
Pasadena Mayor Victor Gordo says about 100,000 people were under mandatory evacuation orders as of early Wednesday evening, but tens of thousands of other people are in a danger zone and have been told that it's best to leave. I'm Donna Warder.
Gaza's health ministry says the death toll from the Israel-Hamas war has climbed above 46,000. The ministry updated its toll from the ongoing 15-month conflict today. It says 46,006 Palestinians have been killed and 109,378 wounded. The ministry said women and children make up more than half the fatalities, but does not say how many of the dead were fighters or civilians. The Israeli military says it has killed over 17,000 militants without providing evidence. It says it tries to avoid harming civilians and blames Hamas for their deaths because the militants operate in residential areas. It also accuses Hamas fighters of hiding among civilians in shelters and hospitals. Lebanon's parliament elected Army Commander Joseph Aoun as president today, ending a 2-year political deadlock. Aoun, no relation to former President Michael Aoun, was seen as the favored candidate of the United States and Saudi Arabia, who support Lebanon needs for reconstruction amid a severe economic crisis. The vote came weeks after a tenuous ceasefire agreement halted a 14-month conflict between Israel and the Lebanese militant group Hezbollah, and at a time when Lebanon's leaders are seeking international assistance for reconstruction. Hezbollah initially backed rival candidate Suleiman Frangieh, but shifted support to Aoun after Frangieh withdrew yesterday. Aoun secured 99 votes in the second round of voting, surpassing the required 2/3 majority. The president's role in Lebanon is limited under the power-sharing system in which the president is always a Maronite Christian, the prime minister a Sunni Muslim, and a speaker of parliament Shiite. However, only the president has the power to appoint or remove a prime minister and cabinet. Analysts say Aoun's international backing could help secure aid, but note his lack of economic expertise. Lebanon remains in crisis, grappling with financial collapse and ongoing challenges to implement reforms tied to an IMF bailout. New York's highest court has declined to block Donald Trump's upcoming sentencing in his hush money case, leaving the U.S. Supreme Court as the president-elect's likely last option to prevent the hearing from taking place Friday. One judge of the New York Court of Appeals issued a brief order Thursday declining to grant a hearing to Trump's legal team. Trump has asked the Supreme Court to call off Friday's sentencing in the hush money case. His lawyers turned to the nation's highest court yesterday after New York courts refused to postpone the sentencing by Judge Juan Merchan, who presided over Trump's trial and conviction last May on 34 felony counts of falsifying business records. Trump denies wrongdoing. Former U.S. President Jimmy Carter was honored with the pageantry of a funeral in the nation's capital and a second service in his tiny Georgia hometown that launched a Depression-era farm boy to the world stage. The dual funerals today concludes 6 days of national funeral rites for the 39th president, who died December 29th at the age of 100. I'm Scott Baba for Pacifica Radio.